Hello guys, welcome back to Assassination Report. On May 3, 2023 today, Russia accused Ukraine of trying to assassinate President Vladimir Putin by using drone to target his residence in Kremlin in central Moscow. The presidential office today said defenses down 2 drones overnight. Mr. Putin's spokesman said the Russian leader had not been in the complex at that time. Unverified footage on social media appeared to show an object flying over the Kremlin before a small explosion. Ukraine denied any involvement and said Russia could be preparing a provocation or facing internal resistance. This report will examine the following questions. Is President Putin on the threat of assassination? How did drone attack happen and who is responsible for this? What are the implications for the security of Kremlin and Russia? Why did S-400, S-300 or advanced S-500 air defense system fail to prevent the attack? So let's get started. Is President Putin on the threat of assassination? President Putin is one of the most powerful, influential leaders in the world, but also one of the most controversial and unpopular among the opponents or critics. He faced several assassination plots and attempts in his long political career, both from domestic and foreign sources. Some of the most notable cases include in 2000, a group of Chechen rebels planned to bomb Putin's motorcade in Moscow. In 2003, a British MI6 agent was accused of plotting killing Putin with a poisoned letter during the visit to London. In 2012, Ukrainian security services claimed to have foiled a plot by Islamist militants to assassinate Putin. In 2017, a gunman opened fire on the building near Putin's office in Moscow but was killed by security guards. In 2018, a former Russian spy and his daughter were poisoned with a nerve agent in Salisbury, England, in an attack that Britain blamed on Russia and that some speculated was aimed at sending a message to Putin's enemies. In 2020, Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny was poisoned with a nerve agent while on a flight from Serbia to Moscow, and while on in an attack that he and many Western countries blamed Putin and his allies. This incident shows that Putin faces a constant threat of assassination from various sources who opposes in his policies. So, how did the drone attack happen and who is to blame? According to the Kremlin's statement, 2 unmanned aerial vehicle UAVs were aimed at Putin's residence in the Kremlin overnight on 3rd May 2023 as a result of timely action taken by military and special services with the use of electronic warfare system. The vehicles were put out of action. Fragments of the drone fell on the Kremlin side, but no one was hurt and there was no damage to the buildings. The Kremlin said it regarded this as a planned terrorist attack and an assassination attempt on the president and blamed Ukraine for it. The Kremlin did not provide any evidence of details to support its accusation against Ukraine, which denied any involvement and said it was focused on liberating its own territory after Russia invaded last year. Another Ukrainian official told the BBC and other Western media that the reported incident indicated Russia could be preparing a large-scale terrorist provocation in Ukraine for facing the guerrilla activities of local resistance forces inside Russia. In an unsupported sources said the origin and type of the drone used in the attack was unclear. Some experts suggested that they could have been commercially available models modified with explosives or other payloads. Others speculated that they could have been more sophisticated military-grade drones supplied by foreign powers or non-state actors. The motive and identity of the perpetrators are also unknown. Some possible scenario include some possible scenario that can happen a false flag operations by Russia to justify further aggressions against Ukraine, or a rogue operation by Ukrainian nationalists and extremists to provoke Russia and destabilize its regime. So, what are the implications for the security of Kremlin and Russia for this drone attack? And what is the capability? Why Kremlin is not fully fledged with the security as this drone breaches the Kremlin security? The drone attack on Kremlin, if confirmed, would be a serious breach of security and major embarrassment for Russia. It would expose the vulnerability of one of the most heavily guarded and symbolic sites in the Russia, and raises question about the effectiveness of its air defense systems and intelligence capability. It would also increase the tension and hostility between Russia and Ukraine, as well as other countries that may be involved or supportive of the attack. So, why did the S-400 and S-500 air defense system fails to prevent this attack? Sources said that S-400 and S-500 are advanced surface-to-air missile systems developed by Russia to counter a wide range of aerial threats, including ballistic and cruise missile, aircraft, helicopters, and hypersonic weapons. S-500 is a new and more capable version of S-400, which is already operational in widely exported also in different countries. The S-500 is expected to enter in the service by 2025, but some units of S-500 have been deployed in the training for the training purpose. According to Kremlin, the S-400 and S-500 systems were not used to intercept the drone that target Putin's residence, but rather electronic warfare system that disable them. And this could suggest that either the drones were too small, low-flying, or stealthy to be detected or tracked by the radar system of S-400, or that using missile to shoot them down would have been too costly and risky or ineffective. Alternatively, it could imply that S-400 and S-500 systems were not operational or ready at the time of the attack. So, there are various countermeasures that can be used to detect and stop drones in Russia, such as jamming, spoofing, hacking, netting, and shooting or capturing. However, each of these methods has its own limitations and challenges, such as legal restrictions, ethical concerns, and collateral damage. Therefore, finding an optimal solution for drone defense requires a comprehensive approach that considers the type of threat, the environment and resources available, and the desired outcome. The alleged drone attack on Kremlin is a significant event that highlights the growing threat of the drone misuse and the need for effective drone countermeasures. It also reveals the complexity and uncertainty of dealing with unmanned systems that can vary widely in their capabilities and intentions. It also raises important questions about the security of Russia and its relations with Ukraine and other countries. The incident called for further investigations and cooperations among relevant stakeholders to prevent future attacks and ensure stability and safety in this region. So that's all for this video, and let me know in the comment section below what do you think about the incidents and attack on Kremlin by the drone. And if you like this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. And thank you for watching. See you next time. Peace.